before they got the deal. Peter Guns, Fat Joe,
Okay. Okay.
Pun, Big Pun, um, Greg Nice, you know what I'm saying? Not before he got the deal, but like well, I know him. Yeah, a lot of people don't know Biggs was a childhood friend of mine. Biggs from Rockefeller, who owns one third of Rockefeller.
Oh wow.
We lived in the same building, bro. No, listen, you gonna be like, yo, this is online. I'm telling you, we used to battle and shit like that. I remember one time, Pun, it was me, Pun, my partner, Cuban Link, I think Toom. I don't know if Sace was there, but it was a bunch of us, like at least 17, 20 something of us and shit. We was on Fifth Ave in Harlem, battling niggas from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I remember this. Pun was the last one because Pun liked to just come and shot niggas and shit like that because he know he had that secret weapon. So everybody
Yeah.
was just back and forth, battle, boom, 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 boom. Their team would go, my team would go, this, that, and third battle, and we'd be getting crazy. And then Pun would just end it all and shit. Like da 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 da. And then oh, and then he would
Bass Bunny the Girl presents Prom Night. And what a success the first prom was. Everybody came dressed to the nines, all the girls looking good, all the guys looking good, smelling good. The battles was fire. Then we had
Wow. Biggs from Rockefeller. Y'all grew up together?
yeah, he knows me and I know him. We lived in the same building. I lived on the fourth floor. He lived on the first floor. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, his cousin had to move out of there. I'm not gonna say why, but they had to move out. And his mom took over the building because he used to live in River Park Towers. And I knew
Yeah.
him from back then when I used to go to his crib in River Park Towers and hang out with him and shit, me and my man, which was his cousin. So, you know, that unfortunate incident happened, and then Biggs and his family came to live in that apartment and shit on the first floor. And that's when I was like, oh shit, you over here now? What's up? Boom, boom, boom. And that was before he even was called Biggs. His name is Kareem Burke. Obviously, everybody know that shit. So we used to call
Yeah.
him and my brother had the same name, you know what I'm saying? So we had to separate it, you know what I'm saying? He used to call him Reem. They used to call my brother Kareem and shit like that. So I knew Biggs and before the Rockefeller shit, and but in the beginning, slightly during because he went his path and I went my path and shit. So we was rarely seeing each other unless we seen each other on the block and be like, yo, what up? And catch up and shit like that. But yeah, I seen Dame. I know Dame. You know what I'm saying? I met
So you
JC.
was watching these guys work? You was watching them
Yes,
like everybody, and at this time you're in the music business, right?
yes. Around that time I was in the music band because you got to remember, when I was with my group MOF, um, original flavor, which was Dame, not Dame, he's the manager, which was Ski, Tone. I really don't know Tone, but Ski, I know him, and my man Chubby Chub, DJ Chubby Chub. He's from the west side of the Bronx. That's my man, man. You know what I'm saying? I know him. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Dame was managing them, original flavor, and you know our manager was obviously was just managing us, and we got a deal around the same time, and we was on Atlantic Records at the same time. So they came out with Can I Get Open with Jay-Z. So I met
Yeah.
Jay-Z. I met Jay-Z twice in my life. And the crazy shit is I met him both times at a funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big's brother passed away, which is Bob. Everybody knows Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob. Bob was my man too. I know Bob. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when I
Wow.
say no, I'm talking about like, nah, you know something? And what, yo, nigga, I used to go downstairs in their crib, knock on the door, open the door, and be like, yo, what up? And we used to snap on each other all day in the room. Me, Bob, and Kareem, which is big. We used to be in the room snapping at each other. Oh, nigga, your mom's is so, oh, you breakfast so, oh, nigga, your head so big. Oh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Your ears so, what you call
Yeah.
your nose so big, such and such, you know what I'm saying? Like, big lip, nigga, shut the fuck. Like, the shit that Dame do, nigga was
Yeah.
happening before Dame was even around. Like we
Yeah.
was snapping on each other. You feel what I'm saying? So we all knew each other. We was family. You know what I'm saying? So I met Jay-Z, unfortunately, twice at a funeral, which was Bob Kareem's brother passed away, and unfortunately Big's mom passed away, which was
Okay.
unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I met Jay-Z twice there. You know, and
Did y'all speak?
yeah. We spoke and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was introduced by the aunt, which is Big's aunt, which our people's as well and shit. She was considered family and shit, like damn near like a second mom to me and shit. So she's like, hey, this is Jay, this is, Dawn, you know what I'm saying? They call me Dawn back then. So I was
That
like,
was your rap name?
yeah, no, that was my nickname in the streets. Not in the streets,
Oh,
but
okay.
in the house, in the family members.
Gotcha.
Johnny and shit. But yeah, I met him twice. Um, I met Pac once. I met Pac in Washington,
Mm,
D.C. It was the D.C. It was at a rap convention. I forgot what. I don't know. It was Jack the Rap or some other shit. I forgot what it was. But I remember
okay.
shaking Pac's hand, looking, saying me and Pac looking eye to eye. She, yo, what up, nigga? I fuck with y'all niggas. And saying, yeah, nah, I appreciate it. Fuck with you too, my nigga. Keep doing your thing and shit. We wrapped it up. You know what I'm saying? Was kicking it for a little bit, and then he went his way, and I went our way, and shit. We went our way, and that was pretty much it. Um, never met Big, which I always wanted to, but never met him. Pun was a real good friend of mine. May he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? I knew Pun for years before the record.
Like,
Before the
like how old were you when you knew Pun?
I was probably 23, 24.
Okay. So at this point, you're already in your deal. So okay, you you get signed at 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that experience like?
Um, I mean, you're young. You're young. You got money, jewelry. You know, women flying around all over the fucking place or whatever. I was in the
You
top.
got money off your first deal? Like, so you signed what kind of deal you signed?
Um, it was through a production deal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What it was we signed a production deal with a management, and they had a deal with Atlantic Street, Straight Atlantic. It wasn't like on a subsidiary like an East West or whatever other what you call it. I forgot the other subsidiaries, but it was on Straight Atlantic Records. We were the first ones. Us and Original Flavor was the first ones to sign to Atlantic. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Clark Kent signed Original Flavor, and Kevin Woodley signed us, which is MOF. So
Wow. So that
so
was the name of your group. So it was a group thing.
yeah, it was a group. I was in a group. It wasn't just me by myself. I was in a group. It was me, my partner Pearl, and my other partner DJ Royal Tech and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
And you and Pearl was the rappers?
yeah, me and Pearl was the rappers. Yep. And
And the name of the group, say it again?
Messengers of Funk, but we abbreviated to MOF and shit.
Oh, Messengers of Funk.
What's crazy,
So
the irony was crazy is you're gonna hear like Spanish records, like half Spanish and half like English type of shit. You feel what I'm saying?
okay.
My other two partners was Puerto Rican, and
Oh,
my
okay.
other partner was Colombian. You know what I'm saying? So what's crazy is I came up with the idea to do that because you know what I'm saying. Like I had bits and pieces of Spanish lingo and shit and like that. You know what I'm saying? So we all came together and put it together and whatnot and made it an album and whatnot. So I could speak Spanish, but I can understand it more than I can speak it in a sense. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just playing around with it and it just got us a deal. I was like, oh shit. It was more damn near like a gimmick, but it was real, but it was like more like yo, because everybody was doing the same shit. So let's do something different. I said, all right, you know what I'm saying? I said, let's do something different. It was like, all right, cool. So we did something different and shit like that, and it hit and whatnot. So the only thing that was unfortunate for us is that the management that we had wasn't the greatest management. You know what I'm saying? So it just
Like, what do you mean?
dissipated. Wasn't the greatest management as far as the nigga took the paper. Like, he didn't know how to manage. You know what I'm saying? He had the resources, but he didn't know how to manage. And on top of that, he fucked the money up and shit like that. So it just
And at that point, you don't know, like the things we know now about the music business. It's like you have no idea, right? I'm thinking
100%, 100%. You don't have
you
no idea.
don't know what's going on. You're not asking for certain
We was
things.
just young kids
You
alone.
are you just happy? You just happy to be here, type shit? Is that what was going on?
Yes, we was just kids, like young kids along for the ride, meeting everybody that's famous or rocking with everybody and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got street stories and shit like that with cats, like, you know what I'm saying, with Fat Joe, punning them. You know what I'm saying? We used to do a lot of like heinous shit running in the streets and stuff like that. So it's and I say all that to say, like a quick story and shit. I'll give you something that I can say.
Okay,
So
okay.
I remember one time, Joe had this shit, Flo Joe. That's an ever. If you look in the video, Flo Joe, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me and my partners on the right side next to the Beat Nuts, Greg Nice, and Diamond D and them and all that. So um me and my partner and shit, we was hanging one day, chilling and shit like that. Joe called, yo, what are y'all doing? What's going on? Yo, like we chilling, what's up? Yo, man, let's go to Fordham Road. They got all of our fucking songs and we need to kick their ass. That's when the African dudes was doing the bootlegs and shit like that. Looked at my man, I said, what you want to do? He's like, "Yeah, let's rock. All right, cool. We got in the whip. We met up with Joe. Sometimes Joe would meet in front of my fucking building. I don't know why my fucking building was the meeting spot, but you know what I'm saying? We meet in front of my building and shit. And we just drive up to Fordham, park the cars, and walk down on Fordham Road. If you know Fordham Road is damn near a hill, going down. If you're on top of the Grand Concourse, or if you're on Webster, there's a hill going up, going towards Grand Concourse. So we was going from the Grand Concourse down to Webster and shit. And then we would just go to the bootleg niggas. If we see Fat Joe shit, we flipping that whole tray. If we see our shit, that whole tray. You know what I'm saying? If we see MOP shit, we flipping that whole tray. You know what I'm saying? So different shit, my nigga. We used to just be wild.
Wait. So y'all was running down on the bootleggers?
Bootleggers, yes sir. That's around the time with the if you get what's that song? If you bootleg, you get your leg broke, nigga. By the I forgot the nigga's name, but that's around that time and shit when bootleg niggas was taking the money and shit from your what you call it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was kid shit, stupid shit. So you know what I'm saying? We were just pretty much, rocking out. We was the first ones to make that trend, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't fucking know that. It was us and Joe and shit. We used to be like, yo, wilding, like we used to see them niggas with the cart. Yo, I got that at $5. I'm like, what, nigga? Who's it? Yo, Joe, this your shit? Yo, this is DeVal. This is my shit. Flip the tape. We flip the tape over.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Y'all should have just took the CDs, man. What y'all doing?
We would do that shit too sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? Take the CDs to give them away. Nah, we just flip the tape over.
Sell them shit.
We just want to wreck. We just want to wreck.
Yeah, I was just wilding. Okay, I was just wilding. How'd you meet Fat Joe?
Reason why I laugh is that's a crazy story within itself. We was on Jerome. I forgot what the club was called. Me and my partner, we just got the deal. We just got signed. So we did a show. We did the show in the club. It was me, my partner, the DJ, and the manager. We was the only ones there and shit and whatnot. So after the show, Joe got on the stage and shit like that, and we thought he said some crazy shit. That was a sub towards us back then. That's when I guess we call that a sub and shit, or subliminal and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, me and my man was like, yo, that nigga said some crazy shit towards us and shit. We was like,
what'd he say? Do you remember? Do you remember what he said?
To be honest with you, I'll save that for a later time. It wasn't nothing crazy, but my man really has the story breakdown. I like his story.
Got you.
But it was some shit about being, you know what I'm saying, the better rapper or this, that, and the third or what crazy.
Okay.
Niggas on the stage, niggas at being, because it wasn't just us, it was, like 2 or 3 other acts before us too.
Got you.
But we always used to take shit personal because he was right after us. So we would just take it. Nigga, it's that time. What's up? Turn up. You know what I'm saying? Well, we took it as that. So we wanted to get busy. I had the 25 in my boot and all that shit when I snuck in the club.
Oh, damn.
I was like, yeah, let's, you know what I'm saying? But we was like, the manager was like, nah, chill, let's say that shit. And he ain't talking about us, my nigga. He ain't talking about us. But, we was young. We like, yes, he is. He talking about us. But, we just let it go. And then, lo and behold, my man gave me a call like a couple of days later and said, yo, guess who I seen? I said, nigga, who? What happened? What's up? He said, yo, I seen the Fat Joe nigga. I said, word? I said, what's up? What he say? He said, nah. I told him, I said, yo, I talked to him. I said, yo, you know what I'm saying? If you feel away and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you feeling about this, that, and the third, but if you feeling away, I'm just letting you know we right here. Like, we ain't no sucking niggas or no. He's like, nah, fuck with y'all niggas. It wasn't for y'all. It wasn't for y'all. I respect you because you're a man and you step to your business. That's my man told me. That's what he said to him and shit. So after that, we all got cool and shit like that. We was like, yo, we just met up somewhere at one time and, got cool and shit like that. We was kicking it with Joe because Joe was really his own entity. A lot of people don't know with Joe, he was with, Chris Lighty, may he rest in peace and all that. But Joe got his deal with that, but Joe had to handle all his business kind of like, saying on his own, in a sense of mixing and mastering and making sure he puts his shit together, which I wish we had that luxury, but it was dope. So when we was around Joe and Joe was around us and shit, because you got to remember too, Joe had his own crew. We had our own crew. You know what I'm saying? Joe
Yeah.
was on the Trinity side. You know what I'm saying? Everybody used to meet on my side, which was 7-0. That's what the meeting spot, because my man was really from Washington Heights, you know what I'm saying, uptown and all that shit. So he would come over to the Bronx and meet up with me, you know what I'm saying, with all his people and all my peoples and shit. So we was like just clicked up. Damn near every other day we got like 15, 20 niggas rolling all over the place and shit. Same thing with Joe. So we would meet up and then you have 50, 60 niggas, no lie, you know what I'm saying, and any given day. It was just crazy like that. So
Damn.
So with that said, you know what I'm saying, we caught a relationship with Joe and shit like that, to the point where damn near me and my partner, my DJ and shit, we mixed it out and shit like that. And the Flow Joe shit, we mixed a couple of songs and shit and whatnot.
Oh wow. So I ended up starting working with each other musically.
His was crazy. I've never told these stories to any fucking body. I mean, the streets, the people that was around know.
Yeah.
But this is the first time ever I put this out there in the public and shit. But
Honestly, knowing you all these years, I've never known this about you.
Right. So here's the thing. I was gonna say, okay, you remember the very first Chrome event that happened?
Yeah.
Joe actually went to that event, and when he seen me, he was like, "Oh shit, yo, what's up? What you doing? You good? Like, what's going on?" Like, So he was kicking it, and for some reason he just turned to somebody, some random person. I don't know who he turned. He probably turned to Rem. I don't know. He said, "This nigga right here mixed my album."
Wow.
This nigga right. I was like, yo. I say that's love. I forgot. Not saying I forgot, but I didn't even know he remembered that shit or whatever and shit like that.
Yeah.
If you go and for people that like that's bullshit or whatever, my references, or go to Flow Joe, you're gonna see me and my partners there. Go to Watch the Sound with Diamond D and Grand Poopa, you're gonna see me in that. You know what I'm saying, with my partner. Go to reference the Shit Is Real remix that DJ Premier did. He mentions us in the Beat Nuts at the end. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out.
Oh, that's.
You know what I'm saying? To the Beat Nuts, Messages of Funk, Strictly Roots, boom, boom, boom. So I was around. A lot of people just don't know that because I was before your time. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn. You said 93, right?
Yeah.
You said 93?
Yeah. Battle rap wasn't prominent as it is as far as like YouTube era battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Battle rap was probably around, like niggas was in the streets battling all this very occasionally. You know what I'm saying? You had Rap Olympics or you had WRC or whatever a little bit before, or Fight Club or some shit, or whatever. But it wasn't as prominent as it is today and shit. So around that time I was doing the music shit, running around all over the place and shit with niggas that's either big, passed away, known, or whatever and shit like that. Like I have a lot of stories a lot of people haven't heard from niggas that's
Let me ask you this. When did you meet Big Pun? Was it before Joe or after?
That's a story too. That's crazy because we met Pun after Joe. We knew Joe first. I knew Joe
okay.
first.
And so Pun was not in the picture at this time?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, he I met Pun. I forgot that. I'm not even gonna say the date, because if I say the date, they're like, that's the wrong date, you lying. I met Pun a little bit after Joe, my team and shit.
Okay.
And Pun wasn't even attached to Joe. It wasn't like I met him through Joe. I met him without Joe. You know what I'm saying? His was crazy. If you attach it, I might give you a clip. But if you attach it, there's a dude by the name of Toom the Sick One. He was in a group called Full of Clips. You know what I'm saying? Full of Clips was Toom the Sick One, Joker James, who is actually Triple Six now. Lyrical Assassin, who's actually Cuban Link now.
Wow.
Big Moon Dog, who's actually Big Pun now.
Big Moon Dog?
Big Moon Dog. That was his name before he was Big Pun. So I met him when he was Big Moon Dog. You understand what I'm saying?
Big Moon Dog. That's crazy.
He wasn't that weight. when he was.
You said what?
He wasn't that weight. Like he wasn't as big.
Yeah, because I seen pictures where he looked like he was more slim.
He was more stocky and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
He was kind of getting there, but he was moving around. He could box, all that shit. Because he used to box. He used to go in Third Ave gym and all that shit. He was a boxer. He played ball.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
I met Pun in the studio for the first time. Like I said, funny story. I hate this nigga. God bless the dead. I love you, Pun. He said, "Yo, I need you to do me a favor." I said, "What's up?" "Yo, look at my arm, man. I don't know, for some reason people saying when they look at my arm, it moves, like the tattoo and whatever's on there, it moves and shit like that." I said, "Word?" I said, "I looked at it, right?" He said, "You looking?" I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at it." He said, "Yo, you sure? Do you see it?" I said, "I don't see nothing, nigga. I'm looking at it. What's up?" He was like, "Ah!" You know what I'm saying? I jumped. I was like, punch this nigga dead in his feet. You better stop playing with me. I just started laughing. For some reason, I don't know. I was just laughing. Like, he didn't do it like that, like swing at me. He was just
Yeah, he just trying to shock you.
Yeah, because I was so focused on the tattoo.
Yeah.
I was like, he said, "The tattoo's gonna jump at you." Yeah. I said, yeah. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck?
He put you in a trance. He made you believe the story and all that.
Right.
Like he got.
So I looked over at the other niggas. I said, "Your man for real?" And he started laughing. I said, he said, "I fuck with you, my nigga. I like you and shit." And that's what me.
That was literally the first day you met him.
Yes, the first day.
Oh, so he was clowning already from day one.
Yo, listen, he's a funny nigga. He likes to play pranks. He likes to snap. He does everything. The crazy shit is his birthday is on the 10th, I believe, of November. Mine is on the 12th. So we both Scorpios and shit. So we have like kind of like the same things in common. We do like evil shit and whatever, and stuff like that. So me and him used to snap a lot and shit like that. And when I'll be calling him all types of fat, he'd be like, "You cross-sided nigga, fuck out of here." And I'm like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here." We just be wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So we used to hang out a lot by 167th and Prospect. If people know, it's right off of Trinity Ave. I might be bugging. It's not Prospect. Prospect is right there. It's 167th on Trinity Ave on the corner. Is the deli there and whatnot. We used to hang out with, my group used to hang out with Full Eclipse and my cousins and them, which is Rough, Rugged, and Raw. Shout out to Val, Rough, my cousin Raw and Rugged and shit like that. They used to do the breakdance and shit, but they used to rap also. And my other group that I used to produce, as you can see, making music and shit. I had another group called Point Blank. They from Theory on that side of the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And my man Fly Tide too as well. You know what I'm saying? We used to be in Fly Tide crib and shit. So there's a bunch of memories coming to me. I gotta shout these.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: when
for life too.
You was in the studio that first day with Pun. What happened when you first heard him rap? Like what was going through your mind? You being an artist, you being signed, because you're signed at this time, right?
We signed at that time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, is he signed?
No. They was trying to get it.
Is Fat Joe signed? Fat Joe was
already signed.
Okay.
By the time he was signed, Fat Joe was signed.
Okay. So at this time, how did you feel the first time you heard Pun rap? Like, what was going through your mind as an MC?
He was the one. He was one of one.
That's how you felt the first time?
Yes. I've never heard nothing like that in a long time, or just ever, period. I said, "Yo, y'all niggas is bugging. This boy is bananas." We used to have ciphers and all that shit. Yo, no, listen, you gonna be like, "Yo, this nigga lying." I'm telling you. We used to battle niggas and shit like that. Look around and battle niggas all over the place. I remember one time, Pun, it was me, Pun, my partner, Cuban Link, I think Toom, I don't know if Sace was there, but it was a bunch of us, like at least 17, 20 something of us and shit. We was on Fifth Ave in Harlem, battling niggas from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I remember this. Pun was the last one, because Pun liked to just come and shot niggas and shit like that, because he know he had that secret weapon. So everybody was just back and forth, battle, boom, 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 boom. Their team would go, my team would go, this, that, and third battle niggas. So we'd be getting crazy and shit. And then Pun would just end it all and shit. And he'd be like, da 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 da. And then niggas would be like, oh. And then he would just take his whole shirt off and be like, yeah, da 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 da. Like, oh, yo. Niggas used to go crazy in there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just a maniac. Like, yo, this nigga went fucking nut. Like, yo, this nigga crazy. But the bars were just like so crazy, my nigga. Like, yo, we would just be slaying niggas. Pause. Like, we would just be getting crazy on niggas. Like, I was a battle rap. A lot of people don't
Use the
know.
battle.
Yes, I'm not making,
Use.
yo, knowledge. I'm not making these stories up. It's just that there was no cameras around, off camera ever, I guess. But I was a battle rap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I used
So
to
so
have
you was battling too. You was battling too. So you was all the way in this shit. You was competitive. You
yes,
was trying to be the best. Were you as competitive? Like when you're seeing all these amazing acts, you're around all of these guys. Are like you as an artist? Are you like, nigga, I'm trying to be the best, or like, are you just having fun?
a little bit of both because
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I know we were sharpening each other's swords. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all battled each other. We would all be in ciphers and shit like that. The halls of hell. For those who hear the Panda Chop videos with the interviews with Cuban Link and all them niggas, where they mention the
Yeah.
halls of hell right there, by in between Prospect and I forgot the other block and shit, but I think Union, probably off or something. But we was in those halls, ciphering, getting
Mm.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere in the Bronx and shit like that. That was us. So yeah. And then once Pun got his deal, you know, like I expect, shit went left. Not left as in horrible, but we rarely see him and shit because he was running with Joe and shit like that. In fact, Joe would get him in the places where he needed to fucking be. We would be 100% proud of that nigga and shit.
Yeah.
We went from meetings, like we would have like meetings in my man Fly Tie house and shit as a crew and shit. How we gonna put niggas on and do this, that, and the third and shit like that. And then lo and behold, we find out he got to deal with Joe. I know what Joe was about to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I know Joe probably only wanted Pun and shit and leave everybody behind. But, you know, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying I guess that's a business move. He can't service everybody. He's going to just get one person in and
That's
everybody
real.
after. Right.
That's
So,
real.
see, those things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get in between that, like with the Joe and the Cuban Link and all that. That's not saying like I fuck with Cuban. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Joe too and shit like that. So at the end of the day, it's not like, yo, this nigga fucked up or this nigga, because, you know, Joe never really did anything foul to us. You know what I'm saying? We didn't give him an
Yeah.
opportunity to, if that, because we had our own thing going. We was doing our
Yeah.
own thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that was just pretty much it. But yeah, nah, Pun was my guy. A lot of people, you know, I just don't look at all the years. I don't come bragging about that shit. Look at all the years
Nah,
I've been.
I've never heard you talk about any of this ever.
I
I
mean,
barely hear you ever.
yeah, if you look on the Instagram, I put up a picture with it was me back in the '90s with my cousins and shit. Tila Rock Tones, Chubby Chub from Original Flavor, who's one of the biggest DJs in Boston, and he DJs for 50 Cent right now. My man Mick Nice, and you know what I'm saying, the Shawnee Thunder, who AKA now is Sunkiss, you know, Pun's Prodigy and shit like that. We was all not, we was me and Sunkiss was crazy wild back then. You know what I'm saying? I got a story for Sunkiss. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, that's Big Pun's Prodigy, Sunkiss. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He was the one, quote unquote, that had to fight with Joe and shit after Cuban Link unfortunately got slashed or whatever and shit like that. But I
Yeah.
remember when he used to hang out with Sunkiss and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember he wanted to beat people up all the time. That shit did get me tired. Like, oh nigga, like, we gonna just beat people up all the time? What the fuck? You always want to fight, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I remember we was in a ball court somewhere and shit. I had to stop that nigga from beating somebody up because that was my man in the ball court. He's like, yo, you see that muscular nigga right there? I don't like them niggas, man. Them niggas think they tough. I'm gonna fuck that nigga. I say, yo, Sean. I used to call him Sean back then. I always call him Sunkiss. Stop. Nigga, I'm tired. Leave that nigga alone. I know that nigga. That's my man. Oh, okay, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? He was a real one, though. He was like, wasn't no fake imagery and no shit like that. He was one of those ones that was in the streets wilding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? You would be unfortunate to cross him. You feel what I'm saying? So me and him used to, you know, run with you know, my cousin Tila Rock and shit like that. You know, that was, if you know Tila Rock was the first artist signed to Def Jam. I don't know if he was signed, but Def Jam was the first record to put his shit out on Party Time and whatnot before LL Cool J came around. So that was that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and with my other cousin Tone and shit like that, he did the if you see a show called Justified, it's like a Western cowboy type of shit or whatever. He did the theme song to that. So he's like an Emmy winner nominee or something like that. So yeah, man.
You do have a wealth of knowledge. I want to ask you this, right? When did your run in the music industry end? Like, or when did your deal end? And what happened post that?
We was signed. I
You
was
got
really.
signed in
No, no, hold on. I came out in
okay,
'93. I was really signed in like '91, '92.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? Because back then it took like a year or some change to put out a real record and shit like that. We used to be in the studio, not in the crib,
okay.
the studio. So it took a while for back
So
then.
you was
That's
like
when
21. You was like 21 when your
I
first
was,
album dropped. Then
I was like around 21. So around like 24, 25 is when that ended and stuff. But I was still in the industry, you know what I'm saying? Either ghostwriting or doing other production for other people and shit like that. Like I said, I helped mix Joe shit. So there was a plethora of other people that I helped mix their shit or write some shit or just put something together. Or my partner would write some shit and we'd help them out type of shit. So
a lot of people would be like, the industry is crazy, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. Did you see any craziness like within the industry as far as like, you know, I guess weird type of satanic type of weird like or like they're trying to drain your energy, or was it just kind of like it wasn't that type of mindset or even that type of thought process back then?
I would see I would see weird shit. Um Weird shit that these niggas is like you gotta remember when you give a nigga millions of dollars, not saying me, but you know what I'm saying, like an executive or whoever millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? When they never had that shit, you know what I'm saying? They'll try everything and anything at the same fucking time, you know what I'm saying? They just, there's no limits and no bounds. So in the 80s and the 90s back then, there was really any supervision or any niggas that tell you sit your ass down, you bugging the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then back then, what niggas is paying for now from what they did back then, you know what I'm saying? Which is, very unfortunate and shit like that. They just got away with it back then and shit. And
Mm.
that karma or whatever you want to call it, universal law just caught up to their ass. Now, as far as seeing anything satanic and all that other crazy shit, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's a story for another time because I really have to. Yeah, I've seen some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? I just know I ain't sold my soul to nothing or no bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yeah,
some things just the luck of a draw, or you in the right place at the right time type of situation. You feel what I'm saying? And
yeah,
at that time between then the early '90s and the mid '90s and shit was a big boom, meaning that you know it's all about who you know, or being in the right conference room or being in the right place to listen somebody listen to something. Motherfuckers was trying to sign niggas left and right, left and right. You feel what I'm saying? And not saying
yeah,
everybody got a deal, because a lot of people got a deal with tax write-offs or whatever and just head on the shelf. My situation, unfortunately, is that the company, which is Atlantic Records, didn't know what to do with the project that we had. We was the first, we was one of one to bring something like that to the table. You understand what I'm saying? So their marketing team didn't know how to market what we were bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? So we was we was infamous as far as saying like a lot of people love what we do. We was the first. We was like legendary in that regard. You know what I'm saying? In certain spaces you're over here. You're really known for doing something, but you're over here, and there's another space over here. Hopefully, if I'm saying it right, the demographics, not age, but the demographics of the people that like what the fuck you do and shit like that. So
yeah,
some quote unquote Latin rappers fed off of what we did, you know what I'm saying, and just took off from there. Um, there's a thing that's saying that the person that created it is not always the person that benefits from it. You ever
yeah.
heard that before? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the first person over the hill, he gonna catch all the arrows and shit. You know what I mean? Just to tell
Right,
everybody like, yeah, don't go there.
right, right,
Yeah,
right. So I'm very influenced by the Latin culture because that's what I've been around a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Cubans, Puerto Ricans, um, Dominicans, if you will, and stuff. So, that's the reason I know or can understand when people speak and stuff like that and whatnot. and it's in my family members too and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying, even my daughters have Puerto Rican, so you know I don't shy away
Okay.
from that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm a black man first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I trace my Nigerian roots and shit like that. You know, I got a little bit of
Hmm.
Portuguese and Dutch or English. You know what I'm saying? Ancestry also, but you know,
Yeah.
culture's culture, and the Latino culture always embraced me and shit. And I've always, you know what I'm saying, was embraced by that. So salute to everybody in that regard and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, it's crazy when they say about who discovered or created hip hop and all that other crazy shit. I have
Yeah.
my own
Yeah,
understanding.
I was gonna ask you like you having that deep tie, a larger more. I believe he was on the Uppercut podcast, my man Tiger Joint, and he basically created a conversation saying Puerto Ricans or the Spanish people wasn't there in the beginning or the inception of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Hmm.
came after and added and things like that.
Um, Here's my take, to be honest with you.